Hey everyone, today I just want to talk to you about one word, and that word is ass. Hello and welcome to another interactive English lesson. My name is Wes from interactiveenglishvideos.com, which this channel, it's all about helping you practice and improve your English skills. And today it's a little bit of a vocabulary lesson for you because I am going to talk about, well, one word, which is ass, and all of the different ways that this word is used in English. Now, there are many ways that this word is used which are very offensive. These are not things that you want to say to other people. So what I'm doing by teaching you this is I'm not trying to encourage you to go out and use some of these words.
You have to watch what you say.
If you can't say something nice, don't say nothing at all.
But I'm doing this for two reasons. First is to help with your comprehension, because these are words and phrases that you may hear if you are watching a movie or a TV show or even listening to music. And the second reason is because it really shows you just how strange and unusual the English language can be. So let's begin by talking about, well, the meaning of this word in general. And there are three primary meanings for the word ass, that if you were to look up the word in a dictionary, the first three meanings for this word that you will find, well, is that it just means the word donkey. It is the word for this animal. An ass is a donkey. It also means a butt, somebody's butt, you could say ass. And finally, if you call someone an ass, it means that you're saying this person is just a jerk, a stupid person. And again, it can be very offensive to call someone an ass. Those are, I think, the three most common meanings for this word. But you can use it in many different ways, which I'm about to show you right now. But one thing I want you to keep in mind is that a lot of what we're going to talk about, these words and phrases, are primarily used in spoken English. It's not stuff you're going to find in writing, but it's mostly for spoken English. So let's begin with talking about using this word in order to emphasize or intensify another adjective. So you can use it with an adjective before a noun, and it does not change the meaning at all. It just makes that adjective a little more intense. Let me tell you what I'm talking about. So you could say that someone is, well, maybe they are a broke-ass person. And what that means is that this person is broke. It does not change the meaning. So for example, maybe there's a girl and she says that she has a broke-ass boyfriend. That this boyfriend, he has no money. Or perhaps you could say long ass. And in this case, I've used this before if I have been traveling for a long time and I arrive and I'm tired and I tell someone, wow, I just took a long ass flight. And in this case, again, it does not change the meaning. I'm talking about a long time, a long-ass flight.
It's a long-ass drive.
You're going to be waiting a long-ass time.
You could also say lazy ass, and this just means that a person is lazy. Or perhaps even a cold ass night. If you're talking about the weather and you just want to intensify the adjective cold, and you could say, wow, it was a cold ass night. So in all of those examples, we use ass with those adjectives in order to emphasize the meaning, and the meaning doesn't change. Now, we cannot do this with just any adjective. Sometimes it could mean, well, the opposite. For example, if you say that this person is a badass, you're not saying that this person is bad or terrible. In this case, it really means the opposite of bad, which is saying that this person is good or great. That you say that maybe somebody is a badass soccer player, that they play really well, or maybe a badass musician, or maybe I would like to think that I am a badass teacher, which would mean that I would like to think that I am a good teacher. But Even though I have not been called a badass teacher, I definitely have been called a smartass. And once again, we're using this with the adjective smart, but it does not have the same meaning. You're not saying that somebody is intelligent. If somebody is a smartass, you're really saying that they are an annoying person. Which then brings me into all of the different ways that you can use this word if you want to say something derogatory. And there are many of them. So you could say that somebody is a jackass, which means basically the same thing as calling someone an ass. You could say someone is a dumbass. You could also say someone is a hard ass. And in this case, it means that someone is very strict. And you could say that perhaps your teacher is a real hard ass. They're very strict. You could say that he or she is a hard ass. Or you could also say someone is a pain in the ass. And that means that, again, this person is very annoying. And you could use it to talk about a person or perhaps even some situation, something that you have to do. And you can say, this is really a pain in the ass. It's a difficult situation. It's an annoying situation. Then we have another phrase, which is to be up someone's ass. And that means that you are really annoying someone greatly. For example, I could say that my boss has really been up my ass lately. In which case, I'm saying that my boss is annoying. They've really been getting on me to do something. I could say that my boss has been up my ass. And you could also say that someone has their head up their ass. And if you say that someone has their head up their ass, it means that this person is not thinking, they're not paying attention. And you could say, you got your head up your ass.
I don't want a partner. I don't need a partner.
All due respect, Tribeca, but you've got your head up your ass. You're getting a partner.
Tough luck, Rohan. But that's what you get for playing with your head up your ass.
So if somebody tells you that you have your head up your ass, then again, it's not something you want to hear. They're telling you that you need to pay attention, you need to focus, you need to get serious. But these are not things that you want to tell others. Now, let's talk about some more phrases that you would think that they have a similar meaning, but they really don't. For example, you could say somebody is a kiss ass. And this is talking about a person who is trying to please others. Like, oh, he's a real kiss ass. You could also say he's an ass kisser. They mean the same thing. A kiss ass and an ass kisser, you're just trying to please this person. That's very different, though, than if you tell somebody, kiss my ass. Because if you tell somebody to kiss your ass, then it's like you're saying, hey, screw you, I'm not going to do what you're telling me to do. Just, kiss my ass. All right, so be sure that you don't confuse those. Then you could also say that somebody is a tight ass. And a tight ass has two different meanings. It can mean somebody who is cheap and they don't spend a lot of money, that they're a tight ass. Or it could also mean that somebody just really kind of follows the rules, that they don't like to do things that are out of the ordinary. And the person is a little bit of a tight ass. They're very strict. We got to follow the rules. Now, it's very different if you would tell somebody that they have a tight ass. Because in this case, if somebody has a tight ass, you're talking about their butt and you're saying that it's really nice. It's attractive. Now, this is not a compliment. You shouldn't go tell somebody that they have a tight ass. It's probably used more if somebody is talking to their group of friends and they make this comment. And it is probably more commonly used when men might objectify women and say something that they have a tight ass. I really don't know if women would also say that about men, that they have a tight ass. I'm not sure that many women would say, wow, that Wes, he has a tight ass. I think probably they would say that Wes is a tight ass, in which case they'd be saying, I'm cheap. And to be honest, yes, from time to time, I can be a bit of a tight ass.
Look, you've been under my skin since New York, starting with ripping off my cab.
God, you're a tight ass.
Then there are some other phrases that you don't want to confuse. For example, to bust ass or to bust some ass, that's talking about farting. Somebody bust ass, then they farted, and it's probably going to smell. Don't confuse that if somebody is saying that they are busting their ass. And if somebody is busting their ass, then that means that they are working hard. So those are very different meanings. If somebody busts ass and if somebody is busting his or her ass, and that means they're working hard. Now, you could also say the phrase my ass. And if somebody says my ass, it can mean no. And this is a bit more slang. It's very informal. So, for example, you could hear it used in the context of somebody asking for money. And they say, hey, can I borrow $5? And I might say, $5 my ass? In which case I'm saying no. My ass means no. Now, my ass can also refer to you as a person. It's talking about yourself. So let me give you some examples for that if we're going to use my ass as a pronoun. It refers to yourself or oneself, and you can use it to replace different pronouns, like a subject pronoun. So I could say something like, instead of saying, I'm going to teach you grammar, I could say, my ass is going to teach you some grammar, all right? And I replace that subject pronoun I with my ass. I can also use it to replace a reflexive pronoun. So instead of me saying, I'm trying to buy myself sometime, I guess I'm trying to buy my ass sometime. Or if I want to replace it with an object pronoun, I could say, my friends bought my ass a beer. That instead of they bought me a beer, they bought my ass a beer.
He's a psycho. I dumped his ass.
Jesus. My ass is kicked.
You hit that shot, just keep walking. Your ass is fired.
How are you gonna fire me in front of all these people?
So again, this is showing you how crazy English can be, especially the way that it is used informally. If you want to say my ass, which could mean no, or my ass could refer to yourself in the form of many different pronouns. And then there are some just expressions that some of them are fairly well known that you can use when we're talking about the word ass. For example, you could say that you want to get some ass. And in this case, you're talking about you want to get romantic with somebody, maybe just one night, and you just want to get some ass. You're trying to find a guy or girl to hook up with. You could also kick someone's ass, and in that case, you're talking about fighting somebody and beating that person up, to kick someone's ass. Or you could work your ass off. And if somebody works their ass off, then that means that they are working very, very hard. Or you could have somebody talk out of their ass. And if somebody is talking out of their ass, then that means that they are just saying things that are ridiculous and not true. And you would say that person is talking out of their ass. They don't know what they're talking about.
What's she talking about, Major?
She's talking out of her ass.
I mean, half the time I'm just talking out of my ass.
This is gonna sound like I'm talking out of my ass.
You could also say that someone is doing something half-ass. And in this case, it's more of an adverb. And what you're saying that this person is just, they're being lazy. They're doing something, they're very lazy. Maybe they're working half-ass. So if you know somebody that is a lazy ass and they don't work very hard, you could say that they are working half-ass, that they are not working very hard. They're a bit lazy. Or you could say if something tastes like ass. And if something tastes like ass, then you're referring to some food that is just disgusting. It's no good. It tastes like ass. And finally, you could say that someone does not give a rat's ass. And this is used, this statement, I don't give a rat's ass, just means that you don't care. So instead of saying, I don't care, somebody who really wants to emphasize that, they could just say, look, I don't give a rat's ass.
But you've got a Republican-heavy judiciary. You're not going to give a rat's ass about that.
That's what I like about you, Carly. You don't give a rat's ass what anybody thinks.
Peter Brand.
Don't give a rat's ass what your name is.
So I hope that this lesson was not a pain in the ass, and I hope that you continue to bust your ass and watch some more video lessons to improve your English fluency. I'm confident that you're going to bust your ass. You're not going to bust ass. You're not going to fart. I'm trying to say that you are going to bust your ass. You're going to work hard. And, well, to be honest, this has been kind of a long ass lesson. So my ass is going to end it right here. And that is all. I hope you enjoyed the lesson, and I will see your ass next time.